Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me today for this final Public Libraries of Michigan Kanopy demonstration. I appreciate you all joining me today. My name is Paula Roman. I'm the local account executive with Kanopy, and it's my goal today to share the Kanopy interface with you and what patrons will see, as well as give you some more specific information about the discount program offered to Michigan Public Libraries. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. If you do have any questions, please type them into the chat bar. I will check with them every once in a while. Everyone is muted just to keep background noise at a minimum. So if you do have any questions, please type them in the chat bar. Thank you. So on this home page here, and this actually is not the home page, this is the start page. So if your patrons are on your website, they click on Kanopy or they go to kanopy.com, this is the page that they're going to see. And what they'll do is click the red Get Started button to authenticate, how you authenticate for your library, and then create an account with Kanopy. But before we move into that, I do want to share with you how patrons can watch Kanopy. There are several different ways. And the first way and the most popular way is to watch on television. So the way to access Kanopy via television is the Kanopy app. And the Kanopy app is available on Apple TV, Roku, Chromecast, Android TV, Fire TV, and Samsung. So what your patrons will want to do is download the Kanopy app. They can actually even register for an account via the Kanopy app and authenticate through the Kanopy app. So it makes it very easy for them to do so. They're also able to access Kanopy via phone, tablet, and mobile device. iPhones, iPads, Androids, and Fire tablets. Any tablet really that has the ability to get the Kanopy app, those are available. And then of course the web interface, which is what I'm showing you today. So if they prefer to watch on a laptop, they can do so as well. Okay, so we'll arrow back up here. Like I said, patrons will click here to get started. They'll authenticate, they'll create a Kanopy account. And then once they log in, they click, or once they're ready, they would log in. And I'm going to go ahead and use my particular account with Orange County Library System. I'm here in Florida, and that's my local library. So I am going to be showing you my personal account. And by the way, my apologies for the fuzzy camera. I have some troubleshooting later today to find out why that's going on, but I apologize for that. So I'm going to go ahead and click into my account that I have already made. And this gets me to the home screen. The home screen is full of information and full of films that your patrons can browse. There are about 40 of what we call these shelves. So, and they change on a fairly regular basis. I would say they change every couple of weeks so that when your patrons come back to this homepage, they're always going to see something new. We add between 50 to 100 new films every month. And they'll see everything from world cinema to family films to series to, if you're just getting started with Kanopy, kind of a best of list. But there's lots and lots that patrons can view here. There are over 25,000 films available for public library patrons, from the likes of, we're actually adding Warner Brothers soon, and I'll go into that a little bit in a moment. Lionsgate, Neon is pretty new, A24, Kino Lorber, PBS, BBC, and lots more, Paramount, that type of thing. Another collection that's very, very popular on Kanopy is the Criterion Collection, which is a collection of classic films. So that's a lot of fun. So, and also the great courses, which again, I'll go into in a moment. So patrons can browse from this homepage, or they can look at the drop-down menu here and look at the individual genres and subgenres to find exactly what it is that they're looking for. There's something in here for everyone. They can also click on browse. If they click on browse, the menu looks a little bit different, so they can go there too. Okay. In the upper right-hand corner, oops, It's refreshing, my apologies. In the upper right-hand corner, this box is telling me how many credits I have left as a patron in the month of July. So by the end of July, I have 2 more credits that I can use. And then it refreshes to the full amount every month. So patrons always know how many credits they have to use. And the way that you look at credits is, for example, you can look at it this way. $2 equals 1 credit equals 72 hours of access to any film on Kanopy. If it's an A&E or a History Channel series, it's actually 1 credit equals $2 equals 72 hours of access to all of the individual episodes inside of a season. Okay, so if they're watching alone, they can binge watch as many episodes in that season as they want to in that 72 hours. So that's what the credits are. This drop-down menu, let me move my camera a little bit. This drop-down menu very briefly includes a dashboard, which is all of my personal information, my watch list. So if I have found films that I want to watch at a later date, I can go to my watch list and pick one in there. There's dozens and dozens. I'm going to run out of time before I run out of films. My viewing history is exactly that. It's all of the films that I've watched on Kanopy in order of when I watched them. My memberships is terrific for folks who have Kanopy accounts in different libraries in different parts of the country. So both of their, any memberships that you might have or your patron might have can be listed here. The parental controls I will go over in just a moment because that is related to Kanopy Kids. But what I'd like to do now is give you just a little bit of extra information on this homepage and then go to a film page. As librarians are probably looking for great programming ideas, and about 60% or so of the films on Kanopy do have public performance rights. So the way that you find them is you don't type anything into the search bar, but on the homepage, just click on the spyglass here, and you'll see you can sort by lots of different things, public performance rights being one of them. So you would go down here to public performance rights, click on PPR available, and you'll see that there are 501 pages of public performance rights films that you can use for programming. Now, if you do decide to use them for programming, we do have different kinds of contracts with our partners. So it's always a good idea to reach out to the help desk or reach out to me to find out if that film is going to be available in the month that you want to show it, just as a double check kind of a thing. But Kanopy provides wonderful programming for libraries. On this page too, if you're looking for films of year of production, if it includes captions or not, the languages that are available in Kanopy, the languages, there's wonderful, wonderful multicultural content in Kanopy, lots of diversity. If you're looking for particular features, filmmakers, suppliers, or subjects, you can also search there. And I just want to pause here before I go to an actual film page to see if anyone has any questions. I don't see anything in the Q&A quite yet. Okay, very good. So say I have an interest in Dial M for Murder, okay? I click on Dial M for Murder, I typed it into the search bar, and up comes Dial M for Murder. So at this point, if I click on play, and I can expand it to full view if I want to, or full screen, I'll be able to watch Dial M for Murder, and it will take 1 credit out of my allotment up here in the upper right-hand corner after 5 seconds. Okay, so it does check out the film to your patron after 5 seconds. I can also review it after I'm done. If I don't have time to watch the film, I can add it to my list, my watch list to watch later. I can also watch a trailer, and trailers were something that were added to Kanopy this year based on librarian feedback. So we're very excited to be offering trailers. You can share via social media. The create clip, transcript, citation tool, and reporting functions are all really more for our academic patrons, but some library patrons like to use them as well. Then there's a description of the film below, including any nominations or award winners, award-winning information. any kind of reviews. It also shows me that there are public performance rights on this film. So any film that does have public performance rights, you'll want to look for this box in the lower left-hand corner. There's also additional information with hyperlinks if patrons are interested. And then there are also related videos for patrons who love classic films. These would be possibly more that they would have an interest in. Okay, so that's really just how it works. It's extremely simple, very intuitive and very easy to use. Any questions at this point? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move on then to Kanopy Kids. Kanopy Kids is its own universe inside of Kanopy, and it's really meant for children roughly ages 2 to 8. If you're a parent and you want to hand off an iPad or a phone or give the television over to your child without them being able to get back out into the full adult collection, what you want to do from this drop-down menu is click on Parental Controls and click Turn On. The parent would enter a 4-digit code, you click Save PIN, and then you go into Kanopy Kids. Okay, so once you're inside of Kanopy Kids, then that child would need that 4-digit code to get back out to the main collection. Kanopy Kids is a wonderful collection of about 1,700 films and television shows that, again, for ages, I would say roughly 2 to 8 or 9 maybe, includes PBS, Weston Woods, and about 100 other distributors of films. And the way that the children's program works, the Kanopy Kids works, is a little bit different than the adult collection because children watch videos differently than we do. So say my child, I've given this to my child, they want to watch Creepy Carrots. Once they click on Creepy Carrots and they press play, that signals a $5 charge to the library. There are no credits removed from the parent's account, none at all. But then that child has, 30 rolling days to watch as many films and TV shows inside of Kanopy Kids as they want to. So it is a self-limiting checkout to 1 per month, okay, for Kanopy Kids. So again, they press on play on one of these films, $5 charge to the library, 30 rolling days of access to everything inside of here. Okay, all you can eat buffet of children's content. And if there aren't any questions, I'll go ahead and exit Kanopy Kids. The very last collection that I want to make mention of, and you saw that down here there was a shelf of the great courses, but you can also type in the great courses. We have every great courses course that's available to public libraries. It's very exciting. And the way that this works is, say I'm interested in the Great Tours African Safari. I click here, I click on episode 1. What that does is signals a $5 charge to the library. It does not remove any credits from the main account, but it gives me 30 rolling days to watch all 24 episodes inside of this series as many times as I want to. Okay, so 30 rolling days to watch all 24 episodes. Once I'm done with African Safari, or if I don't like it and I come back out and I want to try another one, say the Native Peoples of North America, I click on episode 1. That's another $5 charge to the library for another 30 rolling days of access. Now, about 80% of the libraries that I work with do not put a cap on the great courses and have no issue with that, but you can put a cap on the great courses to 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever you select great courses per month per patron. Okay, so you do have that option of capping the great courses, okay? That is my quick and easy flyover of Kanopy. Any questions about the interface itself? Otherwise, I have just a couple of slides on specifics for the state of Michigan. Nope. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull up my quick and easy PowerPoint here. Okay, so here is some specific information for public libraries in the state of Michigan. Here's how the program works. When it comes to Kanopy, what you'll want to do is take a look at what type of what we call commitment that you would like to spend on Kanopy in a given year. Now, I and both Jim Fleury and I have information for you on an estimated cost based on the size of your library that we can provide you with that estimate. However, you can choose to commit a little bit more than that estimate, a little bit less, however it works for you. But that's the definition of what a commitment level is. We are a pay-per-use streaming service, so you only pay for the videos that are streamed. There's no platform fees, onboarding fees, or additional fees as part of the service. And again, we can offer you that suggested commitment level. The discount levels for Michigan Public Libraries as follows as new account commitments come on board. And I will tell you at this point, we do have enough for the 5% off all PPUs. So we're working on getting to the 10% level. So if we get $80,000 in new account commitments, then the 10% discount will kick in not only for new accounts, but for existing accounts. So any of you who are watching who are already a Kanopy customer, we want to give those discounts to you as well if we get to that next level, but we have already gotten to the 5% level, okay? And then last but not least, there's a timeline. So by August 1, actually August 2 is just fine because that's a Monday, you would want to just submit interest to Jim Fleury and myself that you are interested in the service. And if you would like a 2-week trial at that time, you can get it. And then we'll work with you individually as libraries to get those onboarding documents to you should you decide to come on board. We would email those onboarding documents to you. And if you are starting Kanopy between September 1 and October 1, the discount starts immediately for new customers, but it's October 1 that we're tallying up everything for new customers, and the applicable discounts will start for new and existing libraries at that time. Okay, and if you have any questions about this, please feel free to ask me. I'm at paula.roman@kanopy.com. Okay, so unless there are any additional, oh, we've got a question. As an existing account library who pays via invoice, do we need to change over to a prepay commitment system in order to reap the discounts, or can we stay on this invoice system? You can stay on the invoice system. You don't have to change anything. Yep, you will just, starting October 1, depending on how much new business comes in and what new business threshold is reached, you will just start receiving your discount on your invoices starting October 1. Okay, hopefully that answered your question. Okay. Any other questions? And again, feel free to reach out to me at paula.roman@kanopy.com. I really appreciate your time today. We only took up about 20 minutes, so I know you're all very, very busy. And let's see, is there an update on whether Kanopy will transfer to Overdrive like RB Digital did? That's a very good question because I used to work for Recorded Books and RB Digital. So we don't have a ton of information as of yet. We do know that business is just, really as usual at the moment. As soon as we would know more, we would let you know. I worked with Recorded Books and it was really apples to apples, audiobooks, ebooks, moving to audiobooks and ebooks app with the Libby app. But this is different in terms of it being a video program. So I just don't have any information to share at this time as to how the migration is going to happen. But we will be sending out emails as soon as we know. Absolutely, for sure. I wish I could tell you more at this time, but I can't. Any other questions? Okay, well, again, thank you very, very much for joining me today. We will have a recording of this webinar that Jim will send out as soon as I send it to him. But thank you again for your interest in Kanopy, and I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your week. Take care.